Good morning out there to DFS community. It's Vaughn, the Stat Man, coming into your YouTube airwaves, and welcome to the Stat Room. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before I get into the good that happened in DFS, let me get into my positive word. And my positive word is care. All right, ladies and gentlemen, who do you care about the most on this planet? What do you care about the most? When you find the thing that you absolutely care about, you have to pursue it. When you find that woman that just does it for you and you just care for her so deeply, you'll achieve greatness. I believe every great man is a great woman away from being where they want to be. The people who I look up to is a guy by the name of Bill Whittle. He's a very influential guy I look up to. Denzel Washington, Ice Cube. I mean, these guys have had wives their whole life. They've had the same women in their life. And I believe when you find your significant other that you care for so is when you can achieve full greatness. Being single is whack. So guys, find your significant other that you care for with all your heart and you will soar like an eagle. All right, I'm going to leave it there with soar, ladies and gentlemen. With care, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so the 4 horsemen, it's not going too well, but, I didn't even use most of the 4 horsemen tonight because I had a late change where Aneta wasn't playing, so I took Incarnate out of the 4 horsemen, and I added Mookie Betts, and I added a low-tier catcher, and I added a lower-tier other player. So I hope you guys like the change that I did. My subscribers like the change that I did. So guys, so I'm gonna go right into the 4 horsemen for today. That's why you guys came here. I'm going with Barrows from Minnesota. Not much to say about him. Kansas City is free falling out of the playoff hunt. They are really on life support, and I think that their hopes are pretty much done. Next, we're gonna go with shortstop Crawford. He has an absolutely amazing matchup. I love him. I think he can get us about 15 to 16 points. He's only $3,000, guys, so he's inexpensive. Next, we're going to go with outfielder Benintendi from Boston. This guy is just a hitting machine, guys. And he hasn't had a home run in a while, but he's making great contact. He's at home. I think that he is due. I think he's going to send one out of the ballpark. And since he's a left-handed hitter, his balls go to the short side, because if you notice in Boston, you have the green monster on the left side, which would be, the hitter's left, but he pulls it to the right, so that's the short side. So I think he gets a home run for us tomorrow. I like Rosario. He's just on fire. I know he had a big game tonight. I don't expect a 38-point performance again tomorrow, but I'm expecting like an 18 to 20-point performance, and that's going to be it for the 4 horsemen. All right, guys. Somebody asked me a very, very dope question about DFS. And they said, Vaughn, when is the best time to play in a GPP? And let me say this. When you see a 10 or 12 game slate, those are better for head-to-heads and 50-50 contests because you have way too many options. And your odds of winning go way down. Now, I love going into the GPPs when it's a 3 or 4 game slate. Because I'm like, okay, let's just say if it's a 4 game slate. You only have 18 batters from each team. You know what I'm saying? From each game. My fault. 18 batters. You have 16 batters from each game. So that'll be 32. And then, it says 32 if it's 2 games. And then a 4 game slate, you'll have 64 batters. Now, I like my odds with that. On a 14, 15 game slate, you got to pick 9 out of 250 sometimes. Those odds are just not in your favor. It's just not smart. Now, I believe that I'm talented enough where I'll find those gems. I've had many. I can't even count how many 200-point lineups I've had. Last month I had 15. So I just can't even count how many I've had altogether. I've been having 300s a lot. And 150s are pretty common for me as well. So that's when you do it. Now, when you do those big slates, the reason why I like a head-to-head, because most guys go for the big-name players. And if you notice, most nights are big-name players. If you have 5 big-name players in your lineup, you probably won't lose. Matter of fact, you will lose. You put 5 big-name players in your lineup. It's very rare 5 household names in the same lineup do well at the same time. All right, guys, so that's enough for today. Don't forget, VaughnTheStatman.com. Check me out. Guys, I am on to today. Don't forget to win-win. That means give people what they want so you can get what you want. And guys, don't forget to think and ink. That means write it down so that way it can come true. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend and do well in your football. And if you need help, contact the stat man. Love y'all.